Look, I've covered a lot of public domain horror movies on this channel, from Killer Mickeys to murderous Popeye reimaginings, and with the Poohniverse crossover on the way, I figured it was finally time to go back and check out the one that started it all.
To be friends, why are you doing this, please? I would have never left, I swear, I
Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is the first film in the Twisted Childhood universe, and probably the one most responsible for kicking off the public domain slasher trend. It was directed by Rhys Frake-Waterfield and stars Nikolai Leon, Maria Taylor, Natasha Rose Mills, and Craig David Dowsett. It's the edgy, low-budget slasher take on Winnie the Pooh that had the internet in a chokehold the moment those promo images dropped. And now, after finally sitting through it, yeah, we're not off to a great start. If you're into weird horror deep dives, twisted childhood classics, or just want to support the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. And hey, if you want to go a step further, check out my Patreon. Just $1 a month helps support the channel, or $5 if you want to request a review. So the plot here is pretty bare bones. After being abandoned by Christopher Robin, Pooh and Piglet go feral in the 100-acre wood, turning into mute human-sized murder machines. Years later, a group of young women head to a remote cabin for a getaway, only to be hunted down by our twisted childhood icons. Christopher Robin shows back up too, mostly to scream a lot, that's about it. No depth, no real story, just a basic slasher setup with familiar names slapped on. Okay, let's be fair here. Some of the kills and gore were mildly decent. Nothing mind-blowing, but there are a couple moments where you can see what they were going for. A few shots actually had solid lighting and framing, and the camera work wasn't completely terrible across the board. Also, I'll admit the animated intro that sets up the backstory, done in a kind of twisted storybook style, was actually kind of neat. It was probably the one stylistic choice that worked for me. So now for the rest of it, and buckle up because there's a lot. Let's start with the look of Pooh and Piglet. They're supposed to be hybrid animal-human monstrosities, but they just look like guys in cheap Halloween masks you'd buy at a spirit store clearance bin. They don't move like creatures, they don't sound like creatures, they just stomp around like regular dudes and it kills any tension. On top of that, the movie barely even uses the Winnie the Pooh lore. Strip away the names and this could have been any other no-budget slasher. There's barely even a twisted version of Pooh's love for honey, no messed up take on Tigger or Eeyore, the connection is paper thin. And when you're leaning this hard on shock value, you better give people something more than just name recognition. The kills? Generic. We're talking hammers to the head, throat slashings, basic strangulations, heads getting run over, and half of those aren't even shown properly. You get cutaways, blurry focus, or dark lighting that hides most of the action. The one time we do get a full-on kill, it's smothered in awful CGI that looks like it was rendered on a phone app. Acting-wise, it's a mess. I couldn't tell you a single character's name, they all felt like filler bodies waiting to die. No personality, no charm, just flat line deliveries and awkward blocking. You don't care about anyone, which makes the kills even more forgettable. And finally, the tone. This movie is way too mean-spirited and self-serious for its own good. It tries to be edgy and disturbing, but it just comes off as immature. There's even a backstory involving one of the girls surviving a sexual assault in a Winnie the Pooh movie. Like, seriously? It's tasteless. It adds nothing to the story and it feels like it's just there for shock value. This is supposed to be ridiculous. Lean into the absurdity. Don't act like this is some gritty trauma drama when your killer is literally named Winnie the Pooh. So look, I didn't come into this expecting high art. I wanted campy fun, some dumb laughs, and maybe a creative kill or two. But Blood and Honey is just lazy. It's trying to cash in on viral hype without putting in the effort to make anything actually entertaining. It's boring, it's ugly, and it somehow manages to make a killer Pooh Bear not fun. And I'm going to be giving Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey a 1 out of 5. Let me know what you thought of this one down in the comments. Am I being too harsh or did this movie annoy you as much as it did me? I'll be covering the sequel, Pooh Blood and Honey 2, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, Bambi the Reckoning, and everything leading up to the Poohniverse crossover. So stay tuned. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my Patreon. $1 a month helps keep the channel going, and for $5 you can even request a review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.